Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Showcase on Warframe. Today's item, the Cryon. Or just say the Cryon, whatever. Now this weapon irks me badly. So, it's a weapon with infinite ammunition that simply auto-regenerates. Its accuracy is 100%, critical chance is pretty much nothing at 5, fire rate's 5 per second, magazine's only 20. What is alarming? Have some natural punch through, which is 2.0, which is nice. Reload is 5 seconds. The status is a staggering 30%. Alright, and it's a held trigger, of course, not a standard gun. So when you look at this gun, and look at it and think about it, what do you think about? Yeah, that's right. The Iridium weapons from Borderlands. That's what I was expecting when I saw this. Like, okay, awesome. No, it wasn't quite the same. Now, what I call this weapon is a missed opportunity. Shallow thinking. The fact is that they kind of botched this weapon in the pretense of balance. That balance, in the effort to balance it, they've kind of ruined it. In more ways than one. Yeah. So as much as I like Iridium weapons from Borderlands, these two games are not the same thing. You can design one, but you can't use the same principle to design the other and use the same rules. And sure, but you could say that, but it's not as entertaining when you use it. I'll explain more as we go forward, and you will see the glaring problems with this. That it could easily be rectified if the devs decided to just tweak a few things. But anyway, where do you get this? You can get this in your energy lab in your dojo. It's on the 4th row. And it isn't too expensive. Alright, so you need 25,000 credits, 4 Veldrion, 9,000 ferrite, 1,500 circuits, and 1 Forma. So I wouldn't even call this a halfway weapon for most players. It's just slightly below that. So that should give you a frame of reference on where you get this weapon. So, but still, it's still not too expensive, so it's relatively cheap for a weapon that has infinite ammo. Okay, let's go into a visual. Now visually, this is probably the most weirdest weapon in the game, if not one of the most weirdest. Now no matter what I can do to play the light settings, the magazine, the glowing thing, it always just outshines everything else. It's very bright. Now let's assume that it's some kind of reflective laser, who knows what that is, plasma, that somehow auto-regenerates around your hand. Sounds dangerous. Very. Now, what we got on top here, I don't know what it is. It's not a guide, no, it blocks your view. It has a cocking handle, which is an infinite ammo weapon, so I'm not quite sure. It's very hard to tell. I don't know what it is. And it can't be any sight or scope, because right here, we have a laser sight, I think. So it kind of defies what this thing on top could possibly be. It's just weird looking, short and long of it. Now when you fire the weapon, you can see it's a stream of plasma. You can go through the ammo quite quickly. And when it's empty, you count to 4 or 5, and it comes right back. Auto regenerates. So this time I'll only use a partial mag and show you something clever. When you only count a few seconds, it goes up quicker. Let's do it again as a count. 1, 2, 3. So after 3 seconds, it all regenerates. So you get your ammo back quicker as long as you have something left in the magazine. Doesn't matter how much, as long as it's something. Next, big issue though? Yeah, it's range. They saw I hit those guys, no problem. Oh wait, what's this? I missed him? What's the range? 20 meters. Go a bit closer. 18 meters. I hit him. Alright. So, at 19 meters, I hit him. But just slightly back up, just a step, and now I missed this opponent. So it has specifically a 19 meter range. But anyway, enough of all that information. It's time to go into my ultimate build. Well, as much as ultimate as I can get this thing. Alright, as you can see I got 17, almost 1600 blast damage there. And my critical chance is not untouched. My fire rate though is much higher, 8.0, and my magazine is 50. This is probably the highest you can get the magazine. You could probably get a little bit higher depending on what ribbon you got, but with mine, I got to 50. Now you can see my punch through has also been increased by 4.8, so you can get an idea what my ribbon mod is. My reload, I got as down as low as possible at 1.7 seconds. Alright, and my status chance is just under 50%. So how do I do this? Well, got Hornet Strike for basic damage, Lethal Torrent for basic damage, and also more quick fire rate. Barrel Diffusion. Alright, and no, the other things I got. For magazine, I got the Prime Slip magazine. This is one of the weapons you actually want it on. And for more damage, I also got the Prime Heated Charge. The oddball in the room was Ice Storm, but that's really useful in this because it gives you elemental damage plus more magazine. The Quick Draw is for to reduce that reload time, because in battle, it's very difficult to always keep watching your magazine, so you just want something that loads quickly as possible. So that combined, I kind of opted for more magazine size than damage this time around, because just to make the weapon more usable, because that magazine goes by quick as you saw. Okay, now what's my Rivet mod? Rivet mod is magazine capacity and punch through. The exact things that I wanted on this, actually. I like to have damage, but these are the two main things I wanted. Was magazine capacity and punch through. So like I said, 50 is probably the max you can get with this. You can probably get more depending on your Rivet mod, but it probably won't get up to 60. You're probably going to the 50 to 55 range. So after that, I didn't want to invest anything more. Alright, and with the punch through, it gives better for the crowd control, because that's kind of what I'm treating this weapon as, a riot control. I won't say it's a deadly riot control, but it's definitely there. You'll see soon enough. Let's begin the test. I'll take 10 Arid Lancer, some Grenier, and I'll put them at level 60. Yes, level 60. No higher. Alright. Now, you can see that I don't exactly do a huge amount of damage, but I do knock over the opponents like nearly instantly. If not, they catch fire. Both are very helpful. So I also notice that thing that my enemies continue to catch fire, even though it doesn't naturally do fire anymore in terms of damage, it does explosive. So that fire proc is naturally built into the weapon at all times, which is nice. It does stun enemies and stops them from fighting back. I put the explosive because it's good for crowd control, as you'll see with Corpus and the infestation. But as you saw, I must run away when I run out of ammo, because I cannot fire my weapon. Sure, the Iridium weapons are powerful in Borderlands. They actually made a difference, until eventually you got the next level category in which they didn't. Like any other weapon, you replaced it. You don't quite replace weapons like that in Warframe. You just grab better ones and you stick with it. Yeah, or until the enemies get leveled up to the point where they can't be used. This weapon's kind of already reached that point right out of the gate, in my opinion. So against the Grenier, as you saw, I did meh. But against the Corpus and the Infestation is where it shines. So I'll take 20 MOA, and we're going to put them up to level 90. Much higher. Significantly much higher. Now, why does it do so much better? With that explosive, boom! Instant knockover. In a tight corridors of a Corpus ship, this thing would be excellent. That's kind of where it shines, is it's just hitting multiple opponents very easily. With that punch through, doesn't matter if they're in a straight single file line or spread across right in front of you, the explosive damage knocks everyone over, gives you a chance to get your ammo back. That's kind of how I designed this weapon. Maybe that's how the developers designed this weapon, not what they're intended for. But yes. But as you noticed, with the larger magazine, it takes longer to get that ammo back. It doesn't really go significantly faster. So yes, could be better in that regard, but it's just borderline usable here. And even at 0 ammo, the enemy gets up and still shoots at me in time. So against the Corpus, much better. Let's go against some Infestation, some Chargers, grab 20 of them. Put them at the same level, level 90. Alright. Now, same ideology, it's pretty much probably better against Infestation because of its nature. Well, mind you, it won't do shit against Ancients. But against every other crawler that comes at you, that's not wearing a tank ton of armor, it's pretty good. Because it's meant for crowd control, it's meant for tight groups like this. It's not meant for a drawn-out battle in a wide field. The Plains of Island will be horrible for this weapon. We'll get that soon enough. Alright, so that's pretty much all the Infestation, racked away pretty easily. But what about the strongest enemy in the game, or strongest armor-wise? Corrupted Heavy Gunner, level 145. Yeah. I'm doing actually some zeros, as you can see there. I'm doing fire passive damage, but my actual damage itself is kind of in the 0 category. But I know what you're thinking. Blast damage does nothing. So okay, let's quickly do a switch. Doesn't matter from ammo, so now I do radiation. Significantly better against armor. And significantly does nothing else. I'm doing next to no damage still. So in the end, this weapon's not meant for enemies with armor at all. And even actually anything above level 100 is not meant for either. But let's move on to the score, shall we? Okay, let's move on to the pros and cons of the Cycron. Now, on the pros, well, obviously, it has infinite ammo. Alright, and that's pretty much the strongest pro going for this thing in my opinion, but it is decent CC. Decent. Doesn't kill anyone, but sure as hell knocks them around pretty easily. Okay, moving on to cons. The magazine's too shallow, as we see. The range sucks. And the damage isn't exactly impressive. Okay. Moving on to the score for the Cycron. Damage, I'm going to give a 4 to 10. This thing is mainly a DPS weapon, but it doesn't have the ammo to sustain the DPS. This is one of the big issues here. So yeah, 4 to 10. Now, we don't have accuracy, since it is always 100. We're going to go with range, which I'll give a prompt 3 out of 10. That's a pretty short range. It's fine for some other pistols that are inaccurate, but this thing doesn't have the, the ammo capacity to maintain close quarter engagements. Design, I'm also going to give a 3 out of 10. It does not have the firepower nor the magazine size to be a feasible weapon, in my opinion, in most situations. And that when you do build it, it's not going to really hold up against many of the enemies you face very quickly. It's because of that. I had to get a lot of effort just to make it the weapon it is. Now that magazine was even shorter, it becomes even more difficult to use. So yeah. Ammo gets a 10 out of 10. Pretty easy on that one, that's for sure. But miscellaneous though, well, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. This weapon is a lot of missed opportunities, and it's best used something else. So in total, the Cycron gets a 24 out of 50. It just barely meets that bad requirement, mainly because of all the glaring issues and how it was designed, but oh well, moving on. Okay, for my personal opinion on the Judgment, you already know what it is. And until the devs actually choose to fix anything on this, to make it more of an entertaining, more feasible weapon to use compared to everything else we have available, it will still be a no, not worth it. The simple fix will be double the magazine capacity, not the reload rate, just the magazine capacity, maybe just increase the damage by 1.5 times. But yeah, so that's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, hope to see you guys next time. Take care out there.